morning, ladies. Happy Monday. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day in Seattle. And I think we're going to have like 80 and sunny all week. So it's super yummy. It's like the last touches of summer. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you guys about my favorite, well, more of my favorite self-development, personal growth books. Like, I know you guys all know about the Empath Survival Guide, The Power of Now, The Alchemist, and my boy Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Those are my top 4 go-to. These other books are probably in my top 10 right now. So here we go. So number 1, good morning, Miss Melinda. The number 1 book that I want to talk about right now is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Holy shitballs, you guys. Have you read this book? Melinda, have you read this book yet? Like, if you have not, you need to like go and buy this book, listen to it, however you want to ingest it, but like, go get it. It is a fucking anthem. And if you are a woman and you are, go get it, girl, and you are on an empowerment journey, you need this book. And if you're a woman in this group, you better be on an empowerment journey. So go get this book. It is awesome. And so, like, when it first came out, so many women were like, have you read this book? You have to read this book. Like, it's so good. And I was kind of like, meh, I don't know. I don't love Glennon Doyle. Like, I went to her live show a few years ago with some girlfriends, and I was kind of like, meh. I wasn't super impressed. But people kept saying, like, you got to read this book. So then finally I was like, all right, fine. Sometimes I do things just to shut people up. I mean, you know, not everybody, but like, you know, sometimes I do that and I'm like, all right, fine. And then I do it and I'm like, oh my God, why was I resisting this book so much? Which resistance to life falls into the second chakra. And I know that that is constantly something that I will be working on until the end of my life. So anyway, I digress. But this book is so damn good because it is all about deconditioning ourselves from the patriarchy. And so whether that's political or religious or societal expectations of women, it is about deconditioning yourself. And it is so damn good. I literally could like soapbox about this book all day long. And I will probably reread it. Yes, girl, it is literally all about deconditioning yourself from the patriarchy. And it's so important, especially now. So go read it. It's such a good one. The second book that I want to talk about is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. She is the woman who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And she also wrote an amazing novel called The Signature of All Things. So this was not supposed to be in this book club recommendation, but The Signature of All Things is such an amazing novel, and it takes place in Victorian times. And I could talk about this one all day long, but if I try to explain it, you're going to be like, okay, there's this Victorian chick and she's really into moss. Like, great, sounds awesome. But her characters are really, really good. And again, it's about like empowering women, but within the novel, and it's really good. But anyway, that's not the book I'm talking about. Big Magic. So here's the thing. She talks about fear and creativity. Amy, it's Untamed by Glennon Doyle and Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And then I kind of side noted, the novel that I was just talking about is The Signature of All Things by Elizabeth Gilbert. Big Magic is all about fear and creativity. I know, me too. I knew you would love it. It's all about fear and creativity. And what she talks about is that you can't have one without the other. They're basically like these conjoined twins. And so you have to have one and move through it in order to go through the creative process. And I took that creative process as spirituality, as growth, because again, in your subconscious mind, that's where your creativity lives, your spiritual connection, all of the good yummies live there. So whether it's creativity, like writing a book or artwork or whatever, or your personal growth and your spiritual journey, they all live in the same place. There's always going to be fear there. And so what she says is that there can join twins. And the other way that she put it, which I totally loved, is like, you could, like, fear is going to be with you your entire life. And she talks about going on a road trip with fear. And fear, like, you could choose to let fear drive your car. You could let fear sit shotgun. Or you could let fear hang out in the back seat and be like, and how she put it, she's like, listen, fear, I know you're going to be there, but you're going to hang out in the backseat and you're not going to have control over the radio. And actually, I don't even want to hear about you. So it's all about choosing whether or not to have fear drive your life, essentially, or not. And so it's such a great book. The third book that I want to talk about is by Marie Forleo. And I love Marie. I don't know, maybe it's because she has a little alter ego called Jersey Marie and I have New York Nadia. and you know, she's from my hood. She's from like my region. So, but she wrote this book called Everything is Figure Outable. And again, this book is about fear, but it's a super fun, super easy read. And it is super, it's all about overcoming fears, and that everything, no matter whether it's a big, huge, catastrophic event in your life or, you know, trying to, I don't know, figure out online schooling for your kid, like everything is figure outable, and it's about baby steps and figuring it out. Because what happens is we get super overwhelmed, and there's a whole section in there about, honestly, like, I don't know why I said honestly, about following your like inner compass, right? And like your soul GPS. So when you start to, again, listen to yourself, you're able to take these baby steps and move through life. And that's that book. It is Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. And then the last book that I recommend today is also on fear. Woohoo! And that is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. This guy is super smart and super rad, and sorry, I just started listening to a dog. He talks about, again, overcoming fears, and he's an executive coach, and he's a Stanford psychologist, and he talks about how we have these 4 universal fears that show up that keep us limited and keep us safe and keep us not living our like soul shiny awesome purpose. And he calls it an upper limit problem. So you think that you are like, okay, I hit this point and now I'm just going to hang out here. But he said, this is where that fear lives. And it's about kind of bypassing that and busting through it so that you could live a soul purposed life. And so that was the 4th book that I wanted to recommend. And I know that all of these books are about fear. And that's how you transform the shit out of your life, ladies, is by moving through your fear and going, okay, fear is coming up for me. It's not about like walking out into traffic or going into mass crowds without a mask on, or even with a mask on for that matter. But okay, I'm experiencing this feeling of fear in my body. What does this mean? And maybe, just maybe, that is your soul. And I'm saying maybe, but it is. It really is your soul saying, hey, psst, this direction for soul growth. Okay, like this is the way you have to go. And you're going to feel fear because it hangs out in the backseat of your car. And we're going to figure it out. And this is what we have to do for soul growth. And so those are my book recommendations. And speaking of soul growth, there are 2 more days for signing up for Chakra Chicks. Registration closes on Wednesday. And again, if you're in this group, you guys get 10% off. And the group starts on Monday at noon. And it's the first Monday and the third Monday of every month. And the first month is all about like your vision and your sacred space and, you know, connection and meditations and all that good stuff. And then each month after that is specifically working on each chakra that lives in your body. Thanks, Melissa. I love it. Melinda. I said Melissa, but I think I need more powerful glasses. Melinda. Anyway, I am signing off, and I will see you guys next Monday as always. And again, sign up for Chakra Chicks. It's going to be awesome. The way I have it, first Monday, teaching and a meditation, and then 2 weeks later is a hypno healing, a group hypno healing, and a like connection and sharing and Q&A. And we have a whole private Facebook group, which is going to be our hub for everything. I've got journal prompts for you guys to like further your soul growth, and it's all psycho-spiritual development. And it's, I mean, and who doesn't need that right now? Like, our world is cray-cray, so we need to harness all of our inner world so that we can move through not only the rest of 2020 and 2021, but life. Okay, that's it. I will see you guys next week. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.